All right. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Just rigging up a little tackle. We're getting ready to start the season here real soon. And we're heading to Florida. So, of course, rigging up a bunch of rods, but a staple in Florida is going to be grass fishing, and that's going to be with a rattle trap. So, it gave me an idea. I wanted to run down, give you guys the top 5 colors of a rattle trap in my boat. These are top 5 colors that I like to use in a rattle trap during the cold water season. So of course it's a little different. I'm heading to Florida, but a rattle trap catches bass all over the country, really all times of year, but it really excels in that cold water range. So, you know, you're looking at January, February, March, the pre-spawn. A rattle trap is an excellent bait. So I'm going to give you my top 5 colors for the pre-spawn cold water season in a rattle trap. All right, let's dig in. You know, Bill Lewis makes an incredible amount of colors in the rattle trap. And I've got all sorts of variations in this box right here. You know, you got all your different colors, your chromes, your shads, your whites, your golds, your reds. And of course, number 1 on my list for cold water is gonna be some variation of red. So these are two little bit different, but they're very similar red orange color. So these are crawfish patterns. You know, these are excellent for early spring. Whenever those fish are getting ready to spawn, pre-spawn, they love eating crawfish. I don't know what it is. It must be something about the nutrients in a crawfish, but they really prefer eating crawfish early in the year. And early in the season, a lot of times those crawfish are red. So that's when this bait excels right here. You know, these show up very well in dirty water. So you can fish a red rattle trap in that cold, dirty water, which is one of the hardest conditions to catch a bass in. And that's when this bait right here excels. The red rattle trap will excel in that cold, dirty water. So that makes it my number 1 choice. If I was, you know, heading to a new lake I've never been to, never seen it, no research, and it's in that early season, February, March range, no idea what I'm getting myself into, I'm gonna have a red rattle trap tied on, ready to go to start the day, just because it's a flat out fish catcher, and any condition, the red is gonna catch them. All right, next up, and this kind of goes along the same path as that cold, dirty water, and I really don't have a good explanation for this one, if I could get one out. And that's just gold. This is gold blackback, but they absolutely love the color gold in the early season. You know, this one right here is going to be tied on my rod to head to Florida because there's a lot of golden shiners, and gold shows up very well in that dark tannic water in Florida. So gold will catch fish all over the country, not just in Florida. But for whatever reason, like I said, I don't have a good explanation on this, but they absolutely love a gold flash in that early season cold water. So gold blackback is going to be my second choice. Next up, we're going to go into, this is a little bit broader, but we're gonna go with a shad pattern. Now these have no flash. You see, these are like a matte color. This one's even a little see-through. But this is gonna be for your extremely clear water. You know, if you get to the lake and it's cold and clear, you can throw a rattle trap on, you know, just down gravelly banks whenever the fish are feeding on shad. But this excels in the clear water because you don't want a whole lot of flash. They can see very well to begin with. So you're gonna go with a natural looking shad color like these two here. This one would be excellent for just a slight stain, you know, that nice greenish tint. You can see still 2-3 feet of visibility. And then this color here would be for your more super clear, you know, your 5, 6, 7 feet of visibility, I would go with a shad pattern like that right there. But a shad pattern rattle trap is hard to beat. You know, fishing it in grass, but especially on, you know, those gravelly type banks or in the back of coves and pockets on those flatter stuff. That's when I love throwing a shad pattern rattle trap. All right, next up. This one is pretty popular down in the Sam Rayburn area. And it's gonna be a purple with some chrome on it. I forget that the name that Bill Lewis calls this color right here. It might be Royal Shad. I know some other baits have that name that look very similar, but again, I can't explain this one, but in that cold water, the bass absolutely love purple. And this has the chrome belly to go with it, so it gives a little flash and triggers those reaction strikes as you rip this out of the grass or wherever you may be throwing it. So this one is a pretty specific color. You know, as up until now, I've kind of just been like, okay, a red color, a gold color, a shad pattern, but now we're getting very specific, and I'm going with this exact color right here, a purple and chrome. It just is an absolute fish catcher all season, but especially in that early year. I can't explain it. It must be the shad must get a little bit purple as the water's cooler. You know, I don't know how it looks to a bass, but that right there is an absolute fish catcher all year long, but like I said, especially in that colder water early in the year. All right, last but not least, we got another one. You know, this is the OG color. This is probably what I caught my first bass on with a hard bait, but this is just a new and improved version of it. You know, it's just a blue and chrome color. So you got a blue back, chrome sides, but I like the ones that with a little scales and a yellow line and a kill dot on the side, just because it looks a little more natural than the straight chrome down the side. So you got a little more natural color, but still that chrome, that flash, it just generates a ton of reaction strikes whenever you snap this out of the grass or just run it by a fish and he sees that flash. He can't resist. He thinks it's a shad swimming by him, so he runs over there and eats that guy right there. So I forget the name of this color as well. See, I'm horrible with names. I just know they catch bass, and I caught a lot of fish on this one. And a little side note, sneaky note, we'll go into the same category with this one, as this is the blue and chrome, and they also offer the same color with gold as well. So if you're heading to Florida or somewhere where you feel like that gold might excel better than just the chrome, the silver chrome, you can get this same color in a gold pattern, and it's a straight up fish catcher. I've probably got one here somewhere, but my stuff is these baits really like to tangle up together in the box here. I got one right here. So you can see it's basically the same color, but it's got that gold pattern to go with it. So these two right here are absolute fish catchers. All right, guys, hopefully you learned something. Hopefully that'll help you catch a few more bass on a rattle trap this spring. Like I said, if you're not throwing a Bill Lewis rattle trap early in the year, that's the time to do it. If you've never thrown it before, like I said, January, February, March, one of, if not the best times to tie one on. Go out there and throw it. There's a lot of different things you can do technique-wise. We'll dive into that in another video, but get you a couple rattle traps, get out there, get to casting and winding, and it will put fish in your boat. It is a do no wrong bait. You can literally cast it out and wind it in, and it's gonna catch fish, and big fish to go with it. So appreciate you guys watching this video. Leave me any likes, comments down below. Hit that subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys next time.